his first review hearing, Marty, Anaiza? Second? Okay.
Actually, sir,
All right.
sir, I actually,
Go ahead, sir.
I actually posted my bond on all of my cases. I was hoping to be released.
Well, let's take a look here, sir. Hold on.
I like your beard, by the way,
Thank you, sir. What's your name again? Sorry. Thank
Mr.
you,
Avila.
Mr. Avila. Thank you, Mr. Avila.
I'm working on one myself.
So I see a bunch of bonds, man. I'm not sure which one you posted. You've got a $5,000 bond at a superior court, a $5,000 bond out of a justice court, a $1,000 bond at a superior court, a $10,000 bond at a superior court, and a $100,000 bond at a superior court.
Yeah, it came together to be about 121,000.
That's right, man.
But I posted all of them.
You did.
So,
I'm not sure. Well, I'm not sure what's going on then. If you posted those, the jail still holding you. Here's what we're gonna do, man. We're gonna set a review hearing on February 5th. If all these Pima County cases are resolved, we just want to make sure you're not still stuck in the jail, man. Okay?
maybe try refreshing your system. Does it say that they're not posted?
They're not posted. They're not posted.
Not posted. Yeah, you're still there.
Oh,
though.
wow.
So we'll bring it back on February 5th unless Pina comes and gets you beforehand. Okay?
Yeah, no, I don't think that's gonna happen.
All right, man. Well, we'll see you back on the 5th then.
All right.
All right. Take care.
Come on, Bill. Right now.
Hey, Neil and Tom.
Sir.
There's one individual on our docket today who I have a concern with regarding the PC. It's a DV case and there's no indication. I don't know what the prior DVs were that warrants the aggravated DV. I don't know if you know which case I'm talking. I can't remember his name.
Being that there were so many this morning, Your Honor, that
know.
doesn't really narrow it down sufficiently.
I know. Thanks, Jimmy.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. We'll get it here, Neil. I just didn't know if the state had more information for the court today.
Typically, what we have is what we have. I don't hold back.
Oh, I know you don't. It's Trevellis Johnson, Neil, if you want to take a look at it.
Yes, sir. One moment, sir.
As long as we're waiting for things to happen.
Is there a number on him, sir?
He is number 18.
Thank you.
Yep.
Cheers.
Mr. Sutton?
Sutton is refused. This is Mr. Brewer.
Oh. Thanks.
I'm sorry, I thought you were aware.
You're fine. Sutton refused? All right, we're just gonna reset Sutton for February 5th as well. All right, Mr. Brewer. We're here in a review hearing, just to make sure that if you deal with your Pima County case, you're not just sitting in the Pima County jail waiting for nothing to happen, okay? So this way, we just want to make sure that Sierra Vista actually comes and gets you if you are resolved in Pima County. So we're gonna set this for February 5th at 9 a.m., okay?
So if can I bond out of Pima County to go to Cochise? Although I have Cochise County charges.
Let me see what the bond looks like.
Yes, sir.
So your total bond is 15.5. The Cochise one is a $10,000 bond. If you post all that money, yeah, you can go there yourself.
I was just wondering if I post my Pima County, if that way Cochise can do me, they can.
Yeah.
Would they have to come get me?
Well, so if you post in Pima County, the jail is going to hold you until Cochise comes and gets you. That's
Cool.
that's the problem, right? Like if they don't come and get you, then you're just doing time in Pima County, waiting to hope that Cochise comes and gets you. Talk to your attorney about that, man. I don't want to give you advice.
Yes, sir.
Man, take care. See you on the 5th, if not before.
Your Honor, I have an answer for you.
Thanks.
Your Honor,
Oh, you're
just
good.
review the
Sir.
scope.
You're good, sir. Wait,
No, Your Honor, Mr. Poston, I think, wanted to make a comment on Mr.
Oh.
Bruder's situation.
oh, I'm
No,
sorry.
no, Your Honor, I have an answer regarding the aggravated charges from earlier.
Great. What do you got?
It's all set.
1336.01.02 alpha, two or a third or more subsequent violation of a DV offense. The individual in question has has a handful of, actually quite a few. There are sufficient misdemeanor DV
Okay.
offenses within the statutory period.
You have,
Plus, Your Honor, there's
you have actual case numbers?
both here and interstate.
Thanks, Neil. That's all I wanted to know.
Judge, I assume your staff has access to pretrial, but it's all there.
Okay. There was a lot this morning. I'm not sure I saw that. Thank you.
No worries.
Oh, now I see them. Okay. Thanks, Neil. Thanks for pointing that out. Do we have a Spanish speaker this morning? I've got a no-name person with no booking number, location intake, language Spanish. Okay.
Mr. Casada? Yes. Your first out. One person comes down, just move around the corner.
All right, this information is for Mr. Quezada as well as the rest of you, ladies and gentlemen, who are behind the partition. This is your initial appearance. We're going to go over your release conditions. You have the right to remain silent. In some instances, I might appoint you attorney. You always have the right to hire an attorney. If you're here on a Tucson City Court case, it is also your arraignment. I will enter pleas of not guilty for you. For all of you, if you fail to appear at a future court hearing, a warrant could issue for your arrest. If you're here in a city court case and this is your arraignment, know that if you fail to appear, trial can also go forward in your absence. If you're convicted at trial and don't appear for sentencing within 90 days, you can lose your right to appeal. Mr. Quezada, let's begin with you. You're here on
Yes.
pull up your file. Mr. Quezada, I've got you here on DV criminal damage, DV disorderly conduct. I'm going to release you on your promise to appear, sir. You can have no contact with the alleged victim. You may not return to the incident location. Your next court date is January 20th at 10 a.m. That will be in front of a South Tucson City Court judge. All right, sir?
Okay,
All right, sir, you're excused.
thank you. So this is my third day.
That's your next one.
Okay. And then we're like,
The CFO. Yes.
Yeah.
Right here.
All the way out, on the left side of the jump. Wilsey?
Yes.
Your name, please, sir?
Thomas Wilsey.
Mr. Wilsey, I've got you here on one count of disorderly conduct, domestic violence offense. Is there?
Pardon, sir.
I've got you here on, I've got you here on one count of disorderly conduct, domestic violence offense. Out of Pima County Justice Court. Did you hear me, sir?
Yes, I heard you.
Okay.
I didn't understand the charges though. I thought it was. I don't know. I don't understand it.
Okay, so it's disorderly conduct. I'm gonna release you on your promise to appear at court. You'll have court on January 15th with Judge Pesquera in Pima County Justice Court at 10:30 a.m. That'll be your arraignment for domestic violence court. No contact. I cannot allow you to have contact with the alleged victim in this case because the court was not able to speak to her prior to this hearing, sir. All right?
Can I get my car? I got my car there. It's my house and all my belongings, you know.
Yep, you may return with a police escort to pick up your belongings, sir.
Thank you.
And then on the 15th, you can talk to Judge Pesquera about future contact with the alleged victim.
Okay, sir, I thought when you gave me the ticket, it wasn't a domestic violence.
Well, that's the information the court has from law enforcement, sir. That's a domestic violence offense. All right, sir, you're excused.
Sir, this has your next court date, the 15th.
16th of 15th of December.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Señoría,
Your name, sir?
good morning, sir.
Morning.
Well, sorry, but I was over there in
Sir,
the
what-
university. I need to be.
Sir, hey, sir, just what's your name to begin with, man?
Marco Antonio Suelta, sir.
All right, Mr. Lazueta. So I've got you here in a few matters. I've got you here in a Pima County Justice Court matter as well as some city court matters, okay?
Sir.
On the Justice Court matter, sir, it's criminal trespass in the 3rd degree. I'm gonna hold you on a $100 cash or secured bond. Your court date will be January 6th in front of Judge Garza. I will appoint Alexander Ball to represent you, sir. On your,
I want to say, because I can pay you as soon as I get the check. They just have me already there.
well, don't pay,
Call me.
don't pay me anything. You can talk to the judge about whether you got fines and fees. Your bond is $100 on that case.
Okay,
On the city court case, sir, I'm gonna consolidate. I've got you on threats and intimidation in the city court case.
with the city court case.
Yep, I've got you on a Tucson city court case.
Yes, when was that city court intimidating me?
City court case, sir, is back in looks like
Intimidated.
2021.
It's false. It's false. I didn't think.
It's failure to appear for a city court case.
Oh, yes, that's true. That's true. But I never threatened nobody. I never talked to nobody in court.
I'm gonna,
I never thought about it.
sir, you gotta
Yes.
stop talking, okay? There's nothing I can do with regards to the facts of any of these cases. I'm just here to set future court dates for you in front of the appropriate judges. All right?
And then it's gonna be set me free, or I'm gonna
I don't-
stay, or
I don't, so again, on the justice court case, I'm holding you on a $100 bond. On the city court case, I'm gonna,
How am I gonna pay you, sir? I'm gonna pay you if I don't have money. I don't have my telephone in with me, and I don't have the number for my sister. I'm Alicia in 10 p.m. this officer.
I've appointed 2 attorneys to represent you, sir. Mr. Ball is on the justice court case. The city PD is gonna be on the city court case. You can talk to your attorneys about how you're gonna post bond. On the city court case, sir, I'm gonna hold you on a $50 bond, cash is secured as well. I'm gonna consolidate these matters, so consolidate, CM 2101043 with CM 250444273. But I'm gonna set a court date of January 13th at 1:45 PM. And enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf, sir, on the city court matters. Tom, you get all that for Mr. Zazueta?
I can pay the bond. I can pay the bond.
All right, sir, you're,
Just to propose. Yes, my check comes over here. Comes over here, and we have to come over here. I check.
all right,
See, pay
sir,
the social security.
big,
Because I went to social security, said no one there.
sir, speak to your attorneys about how you're gonna post bond if you need help.
You wanna hire anyone. Please. Don't break my heart. You just go over, don't break my.
Your name, please, sir?
Robert Barron.
Berenger, I've got you on, or Berenger, I've got you on some city court matters. I've got you on 3 counts of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree. 2 of these are failure to appears. I'm gonna hold you on a $100 cash bond. I'm gonna appoint the city PD to represent you. I'm gonna give you a court date of January 13th at 1:45 PM in front of Judge Bond in city court. And enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf, sir. All right, you're excused.
And is there any kind of plea deal I can do if I did plead guilty at this point or in the future?
I can't do that for you today, sir. Talk to your attorney. It's gonna be the city PD. Talk to your attorney about that on the next court date.
Oh, yeah, Berenger, follow us inside with the boys. Let's bring up. Oh, yes.
Your name, please, sir?
Adrian Flores.
Flores, I've got you here on some city court charges, domestic violence, assault, obstruction, refusal of name, threats, intimidation, disorderly conduct. I'm gonna release you today on your promise to appear at court. You may not go to the incident location at 9017 East Linderbrand. All right, understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, you'll have court on February 10th at 1:30 PM in front of Judge Millian.
Okay.
Enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf, sir, and you're excused.
I just have one question. As far as obtaining my belongings, you mentioned a police escort.
May I have
Okay.
the-
Thank you.
I'll give you the opportunity to do a police escort to that property to get your belongings, sir.
Thank you.
Daisy Glantz.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Your name, ma'am?
Daisy Glantz.
Ms. Glantz, we've got you on some city court matters. I've got you
Yes.
on multiple counts of failing to appear on criminal trespass and possession of paraphernalia.
Yes.
Just given the amount of failure to appears, I'm counting.
Sir, I just want to say one thing.
Sure.
I've been looking at my warrants, okay? A few weeks ago, I looked at my warrants and I didn't have any warrants and I looked up why, because they said that for my next court date, because I knew that I missed it and I wanted to go to it. I looked up if I had any warrants and it said that my judge had got switched for that last court date that I had before this time of getting arrested, and I had no warrants, okay? And I looked up all my warrants and it said that my license was suspended from all my warrants. And then 2 weeks ago, I was trespassing somewhere, but they didn't arrest me, and they looked at my name, and I had zero warrants, okay? And then a week ago, I was sleeping somewhere, and the police came, and they said that I had 2 warrants, and I've been keeping track, and I've been calling that number to see if I've had warrants, because for some reason when I looked it up, it said I had no warrants, and then when I looked up the thing where it said that my judge had got changed, and that's why I was wondering how did all my warrants go away. So I've been keeping track of making sure that I looked at like my warrants, because I knew they were going to come back because the judge just got switched for that last court date. So I've been keeping track. Sir, I just want to let you know that I've been keeping track and making sure I haven't trying not to appear. Just the warrants came back up.
Ms. Glantz, I tell you what, I'll give you another chance.
Thank you.
I'm not sure why you convinced me, but you convinced me to give you a chance. So your next court date is January 28th at 9:30 AM in front of Judge Verena, Tucson City Court. Enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf. You've got to go to court. I don't care if you keep looking up and you don't have a warrant for your arrest. You've got to go to court on January 28th, okay?
Thank you, sir. I will. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Your Honor.
Bobby Harris.
You just exhausted me. Name, please, sir.
Bobby Harris.
All right, Mr. Harris, I'm seeing you on some city court matters. I got 4 counts of criminal trespass. There are failure to appears on those charges. I also understand you're being held in jail on a felony case. I'm gonna give you a bond of $100 cash secured, appoint city PD to represent you. You've got court January 13th at 1:45 PM in front of Judge Farina. Enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf, sir, and you're excused.
Thank you. Molina.
No, I held him. I held him, yeah. No, you're fine. Actually, you know what I should have done? What's the Superior Court case? It doesn't matter, sorry. I didn't see the Superior Court case in there. I'm sorry, your name, ma'am?
Angelica Molina.
All right, Ms. Molina, I'm seeing you here on one count of assault, domestic violence, one count of disorderly conduct, domestic violence. These are city court charges. Ma'am, I'm gonna release you on your promise to appear at future court dates. You've got court on February 10th at 1:30 PM in front of Judge
Yes, sir.
Mindy, okay?
Yes, sir. Will I be able to request the cop to go pick up my belongings?
I'm not ordering you to stay away from that residence, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
All right, you're excused, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Are we not on the record, are we? We are? FTR is not recording. Is FTR usually recording? Yeah. I mean, I'm probably broadcasting, right? But the FTR is not on. There we go. Yeah. I was like, what time is it? No, it's not working.
Here.
Your name, please, sir?
Marcos and I.
All right, Mr. Nye, sorry, give me 1 second here. Mr. Nye, this is your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire an attorney. In some instances, an attorney might be appointed for you. Give me 1 second to pull up your file, sir. All right, Mr. Anaya, I've got you on one count of shoplifting. It's a Pima County Justice Court case. I'm going to release you on your promise to appear at court. Your next court hearing is going to be January 15th in front of Judge Garza. That's in Pima County Justice Court at 8:30 a.m. My only order to you is do not go back to the incident location where they're alleging you shoplifted. You know where that is?
No? Third, okay?
All right. That sounds, you'll know more than me. You'll know where they're alleging you shoplifted from. Don't go back there, okay?
All right.
All right, sir, you're excused.
Sir.
Garcia? Williams? Okay, Mr. Garcia. All right.
Your name, please, sir?
Leon Cody Garcia?
Mr. Garcia, this is your initial appearance. You got the right to remain silent. Anything you say can't be used against you. You have the right to hire an attorney. I've got you on a city court case. This is domestic violence assault, domestic violence disorderly conduct. I'm going to release you on your promise to appear at court. You cannot have contact with Victoria Wan. Understood?
Yes.
Okay.
Your Honor, can I ask you,
Yeah.
it's a question of, she's my girlfriend, even though we can't talk no more, like, or?
You cannot,
She's my girl-
you cannot talk anymore. Girlfriend or not, for the time being, you can have no contact with Miss Wan.
Oh,
all right?
yes, Your Honor.
For the time being, you can talk to Judge Million about that. You're gonna have court on February 10th at 1:30 PM. But if you have contact with her, you could be arrested for violating a court order. Then you have 2 charges, all right?
Oh, man, yes, Your Honor.
So, court date is February 10th at 1:30 PM in front of Judge Million, Tucson City Court. I'm gonna enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf, sir. Sir, if you fail to appear at court, the warrant can issue for your arrest. Trial can go forward in your absence. If you are convicted at trial and you don't go to sentencing within 90 days, you can lose your right to appeal, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so you're excused.
Thank you. You have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
Williams.
Your name, please, sir?
James Williams.
Mr. Williams, I've got you here in a, let's see, some city court charges. Looks like I've got you on a probation revocation, sir. Leander, are there new charges as well? Well, there's 2 case files. Yeah, one's a 26 case file. So, hold on. All right. All right. So, sir, I've got you on a new case, which is public nuisance, ARS 132917, as well as a probation violation, sir. I'm going to hold you on a $1,000 cash or secured bond, appoint the city PD to represent you. The city is alleging, the prosecutor is alleging that on June 12th of 2024, you were judged guilty of a domestic violence offense and a DUI offense, that you failed to complete domestic violence treatment, that you failed to attend a domestic violence review hearing, that you have failed to do monthly monitoring. I'm gonna deny allegations. I'm gonna enter denials of the allegations and set a court hearing, sir, for you
Yeah, great.
on January 21st at 1:30 PM. Sir, you're excused. Court will show that I'm entering pleas of not guilty on his behalf. Your name, please, ma'am?
Andy Taylor.
I'm sorry, what was your name, ma'am?
Amanda Taylor.
Amanda Taylor. Thanks. All right, Ms. Taylor, I'm seeing you on some city court charges, domestic violence, disorderly conduct, domestic violence, criminal damage, and domestic violence assault, touching with the intent to injure. Give me 1 second, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm gonna hold you on a $500 cash bond. I'm gonna point,
Is there any way I could just be released and show up? Cause like, please,
Yes.
so,
I've been feeling,
ma'am,
it really, man.
here's the reason I'm not doing that. I've got 3 pending misdemeanor domestic violence cases. This is a 4th.
I know, but this is, but I was assaulted too, and like,
And the facts right now don't matter to the court. I found probable cause to hold you on this. I'm gonna hold you on a $500 cash bond. You've got court on January 8th at 8:30 AM. I'm gonna appoint Janet Altschuler to represent you on that case, ma'am. So you got court in 3 days. And with that, ma'am, you're excused.
Apologetic.
We skipped them, right?
Yeah, we have a lot of keep separates, Your Honor, so we had a.
You're good, thanks. Did we do James Williams? I didn't cross it off, thanks. Your name, please?
Daniel Palatigi.
Mr. Palatigi, let me pull up your cases here. All right, sir, I've got you on possession of a narcotic drug, possession of drug paraphernalia, as well as a failure to appear for a reckless driving charge out of Pima County Justice Court.
Yeah, they told me to tell you that with that, I was sent to prison, so that's why I missed my court hearing.
All right, give me 1 second, sir. Yeah. All right, Mr. Palatigi, this is your initial appearance, so you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can't be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you on your felony charges. On those charges, sir, well, hold on here. Where's those cases? Yeah. Sorry, counsel. Sorry, everybody. Give me 1 second here. All right. Everyone seems to be in agreement, Mr. Palatigi, that you should be released to pretrial services. I'm going to do that. Have you heard of the STEPS program, sir?
Yeah, I have.
You have, it's the drug treatment program where the state will dismiss charges if you do the counseling?
Yeah.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to set a STEPS screening for January 12th at 9 a.m. You've got to go to that if you want to be considered for the program. Hey, Neil, given the co-defendants in this case, I was going to set an in-custody preliminary hearing. How does the state feel about that?
No objection.
Okay. So, sir, I'm going to set a preliminary hearing for January 15th at 1:30 p.m. That is unlikely to occur. Regardless, you got to go to the STEPS screening if you want to be considered for STEPS court, okay?
All right.
All right, sir. If you fail to appear at future hearings, a warrant could issue for your arrest. You understand?
Yes.
All right, sir. And Tom, did you get that? That's the PD's office?
That's what I was going to ask, Your Honor. We're all set.
Thanks. All right, Mr. Palatigi, hold on. I've got you here on a misdemeanor case as well.
There you go.
I'm going to release you on your promise to appear on that case. You'll have court on January 15th in front of Judge Garza in Pima County Justice Court. You've got to go to that court as well, okay? It's a failure to appear for a reckless driving charge.
Okay.
All right, sir, you're excused.
Go to that.
You going down?
Your name, please, sir?
Joe Bejarano.
Mr. Bejarano, I'm seeing you here on felony charges of possession of a narcotic drug for sale and possession of paraphernalia. You've got the right to remain silent. Anything you say can't be used against you. I'm going to appoint David Wilkinson to represent you in these matters. His phone number will be provided to you in the paperwork the court gives you. This is your initial appearance. Before we go over your conditions of release, know that I've reviewed information from law enforcement as well as pretrial services. The state's asking for a $10,000 bond. My inclination, counsel, was a $5,000 bond. Tom, did you want to be heard?
I do, Your Honor. We are asking for release to pretrial services based on a few factors. First of all, Mr. Bejarano, notwithstanding the allegations, has been judged to be a level 1 nonviolent offender by pretrial services. He does have a relatively low NCA and FTA score. He does have confirmed transportation. As well, he does have a nonviolent history, including a lack of prior convictions for these sorts of allegations. And so for all those reasons, Your Honor, we're asking for release to pretrial.
One moment, Your Honor. Your Honor, these are sales. He does have prior felonies, and there is a history of failure to appear. State believes that 10,000 is appropriate.
Yeah, sir, I've got 1, 2, 3. I see multiple warrants issued in the past case, and it's a sales charge. I'm gonna hold you on a $5,000 cash bond. Your next court hearing is gonna be January 15th at 1:30 p.m. That's a preliminary hearing. It is unlikely to go. Please speak to your attorney about that court date. It's gonna be a deadline generally for the state to decide whether they want to charge you with these offenses. Counsel, anything I forgot? Moving kind of fast. All right, you're excused, sir. Oh, really? Thanks, okay. Your name, please, sir?
Noah Joseph Johnson. Go back. Okay. And I'll definitely get this. Another court is set. We're going to immediately.
All right. Mr. Johnson, I've got you here on DR 20255754. It's 2 charges of disorderly conduct. Give me 1 second, sir.
These are the ones that were designated as misdemeanors to begin with, correct?
Well, not if they're being charged as felonies right now, sir.
Right. I think something happened. They brought them back up maybe because I was released on this a while back and with no further court dates to have me go to or anything. And I had no idea that it ever changed. So.
It was dismissed. It's been refiled. Hold on. The summons was mailed on December 8th.
To which location?
Okay.
To which address?
All right.
Yeah, because I wasn't.
Hold on.
I wasn't allowed to do that. Actually, I'm sorry.
You're fine. Give me 1 second, sir. The state's asking for a $35,000 bond. My inclination is a $10,000 bond, just given the nature of the offenses and given Mr. Johnson's prior convictions. But I want to hear from you.
Thank you. Yes, briefly, we are asking for released pretrial services in part because, as Mr. Johnson has been telling me here, let's suppose he had received the summons, which unfortunately he did not. It was sent to an address where he was no longer residing, so he did not receive it. If he had received it and he had shown up to his arraignment as scheduled, almost certainly he would have been released to pretrial services because of the, just the nature of how the hearings go. So given that we don't have any indication that he, knew about the hearing and intentionally missed it, we would ask for just one more chance to have him be released to pretrial services.
I'll definitely show up to court. Give him that chance.
Mr. Johnson, I'm gonna do that, given that this is a year-old case and that I don't have any record that you have offenses or been arrested in the past year. We're gonna I'm gonna release you to pretrial services. Your arraignment's gonna be on the 12th. That's in front of me, sir. So you'll see me on the 12th. If you don't see me on the 12th, I'm gonna set a bond on you. I'm gonna issue a warrant for your arrest with a high bond. All right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna release you to pretrial services. Do any monitoring is directed by them, sir, but I'll see you on the 12th. I'm gonna appoint the
Yes,
PD
sir.
officer to represent you.
Albert, thank you very much.
So you're-
Your Honor, The state would like that noted over the state's strong objection. This is not that old of a case.
Understood. Yeah.
And
Absolutely, I absolutely understand that, Neil. Given that it allegedly happened a year ago, that's the only reason I'm giving this individual, and I'm sorry, sir, I just got your name. I think it's Mr. Johnson, this chance, but I do note that it's over the state's strong objection. I believe that's it, counsel. You can be excused, sir. Yeah. Did I do 12? Who was, oh yeah, I did. Thanks. Yeah. The what?
And I'm sorry, Your Honor, it looks like I forgot a number on that one. That should be 35,000. On number 11, Skinner.
Oh, thank you, okay. Your name, please, ma'am?
Rico Skinner.
Ms. Skinner, I've got you on, this is your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the legal defender's office to represent you in this case. I see that you have a hold from the Department of Corrections. I've also got you on charges of domestic violence, aggravated assault, possession of a weapon by a prohibited possessor, aggravated domestic violence, 2 counts of domestic violence, child abuse, and 1 count of domestic violence, aggravated harassment.
Your Honor.
Yeah.
State requests $35,000 bond based on the fact that this person is alleged to have threatened the father of her children, apparently her spouse, in front of the others, in front of the children. We're looking at prohibited possessor who threatened somebody to shoot them with their own gun in front of them, in front of the children. The state believes this person is a distinct and imminent threat to the victim, is a threat to the children, and is also a flight risk, all things considered. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil. Tom, my inclination is to grant that $35,000 bond cash secured, especially given the DOC hold, but given the allegations. Do you want to be heard, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. In light of the hold, we would ask for a nominal bond just to make sure she's getting time credit while she's being held on that hold. But I just want to indicate, though, on her behalf that if she does deny the allegations, she is presumed innocent. And so we don't believe that a $35,000 bond is necessary.
Court's going to hold you, ma'am, on a $35,000 cash secured bond over defense objection. You may have no contact with the alleged victims. I understand they're alleged victims and you are presumed innocent. If you do post bond and you are released from DOC, you may not go to the alleged incident location, ma'am. You'll have court on January 15th. That court date's unlikely to go. Talk to your attorney further about why I set that court date, ma'am. You're excused.
It is out, right? Ladies, Mr. Aguilera. Yeah.
We have all the felonies in jail?
We're still dealing with some keep separate, but they are felonies.
All right, thank you. Mr. Aguilera, this is time for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You are presumed innocent. Let me pull up your file, sir. I've got you on 2 different charges, sir, both unlawful flight from law enforcement on 2 separate days. I've reviewed your interim complaints, information from pretrial services, and the state's recommendation of a $5,000 bond. That was my inclination as well before I read that. Tom, do you want to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor. We would just ask Your Honor to consider that these are nonviolent offenses, that Mr. Aguilera has confirmed housing and transportation, and he also has a lack of any alleged felony conduct since 2016. That was the last time that he was alleged of any felony conduct. So while we would ask for pretrial services release, we certainly would ask for a lower bond if one is ordered.
Mr. Aguilera, I am gonna set that $5,000 cash as secured bond. I will run it concurrent with the other charge. So both bonds will be concurrent. Write this down for the jail. I'm gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you on these charges, sir. Your next court date is gonna be January 15th at 1:30 PM. Just want to get the CR numbers correct here. To make sure that the bonds are concurrent. So give me one more second. Oh, I see it now. So bonds are concurrent in CR 26000142 and CR 26000150. Both are $5,000. All right, Mr. Aguilera, your excuse, sir.
All right, folks, everything on this side.
I know you said.
That's why I'm seeing. Maybe. Down, guys, down, straight. Brooks. Brown Cherry.
Ms. Brooks, give me 1 second, okay? I'm just waiting to make sure that everybody else is in the courtroom before I begin.
Lewis.
Gail, are we gonna have all 20 individuals in the courtroom or are some gonna remain outside?
We have all but one, Your Honor, who's a status, and he can't come in with everybody else because he's having a rough day.
Who is that, sir?
That is Mr. Juan Anthony.
Thank you, thank you. I see that, yeah, okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are here for your initial appearance. We're gonna go over the conditions of release as well as your charges. You are all presumed innocent. If you're here on felony charges, I will be appointing an attorney to represent you. You also have a very experienced attorney sitting next to you right now for these proceedings. The state's on the phone as well. Before we begin, know that I've reviewed the interim complaints provided by law enforcement, pretrial services report, and I'll take arguments from both the state and your defense attorney sitting next to you. Ma'am, are you April Brooks?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Brooks. I'm seeing you on one count of possession of narcotic drug, one count of possession of paraphernalia. Ma'am, I don't know if you have a drug problem or not. I don't want to pry. Have you heard of the STEPS program, though?
Yeah.
It's a program that allows you to do drug treatment, and in exchange for doing that drug treatment and counseling, the state will dismiss charges. Are you interested in that?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. And Neil, I was informed by the court that I can set these PHs out because I'm setting STEPS court dates, so I will set out this PH to 2/19. Tom, any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so Ms. Brooks, here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna set a steps screening on January 12th. If you want to be considered for the STEPS program where you can do treatment and in exchange for that treatment, charges will be dismissed, you must go to that screening on January 12th. If you don't go to that screening, you won't be considered for the program and that will just be treated as a felony, okay? I'm gonna set a preliminary hearing date of February 19th. That's gonna be the state's deadline to decide if they want to charge you for these offenses. I'm gonna appoint Nicholas Barrington to represent you. His phone number is gonna be given to you with the information that the jail gives you once you're released here, okay? I'm gonna release you to pretrial services, ma'am. So what you've got to do is you've got to call pretrial and you've got to go to that STEPS screening on January 12th. Understood?
Understood.
All right, ma'am, you're accused.
Who's the lady? Slacko. Where's the lady? The lady? Your Honor? Mr. Delaney, I believe he went next door to our medical unit. Can we just skip him for a second, for a minute, just kind of go to the next, and when he comes back, we'll get him?
Absolutely.
That's coming in.
All right, your name, please, sir?
Elba Escamilla.
I'm sorry, ma'am, I apologize. All right, I've got you on one count of possession of narcotic for sale, one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, as well as a failure to appear in a justice court case for shoplifting. State's asking for a $3,500 bond. My inclination was to hold you on a bond. Mr. Knauer, do you have any argument?
Yes, Your Honor. We'd ask for a reconsideration of pretrial services release, perhaps even pretrial services enhanced. Ms. Escamilla has lifelong ties to Tucson as well as a nonviolent history. In fact, I think her history shows that perhaps the current allegations show that this is a drug issue more than anything else. And pretrial services would be the best way for her to get targeted actual treatment. So we believe that would be the best course this time.
Judge, what I'm seeing is an individual with a very healthy criminal record, narcotics, failures to appear, and now we have sales quantities. $3,500 honestly is a touch generous given the usual request for
Neil,
sales.
I misspoke. Your request was $10,000. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. 10 grand. Yeah. 10. Yeah. 3,500 didn't sound accurate, but I was going to go with it. But 10,000 is appropriate given the fact that we're looking at probation revocation, failures to appear, probation revocation, probation violation, failures to appear. Your Honor, this person has an extensive record, and $10,000 is entirely appropriate given the fact that they are a huge flight risk as well as a risk to reoffend by their own actions.
Escamilla, I'm going to hold you on a $5,000 cash and secured bond. Your next court is going to be January 15th at 1:30 p.m. I'm going to appoint a Pima County legal advocate to represent you in these matters, ma'am. hold on. Oh, hold on, Tom. We've got, the JP court as well. Ma'am, on the justice court, the failure to appear for shoplifting, I'm gonna hold you on a $100 cash secured bond. That where you're getting time credit. I'm gonna appoint Robin Auld to represent you on that. You'll have court on January 6th in front of Judge Miller. Pima County Justice Court. That will be a video review hearing, ma'am. You're excused.
Henry. 100. Even that. Yeah.
Anything, sir?
AC Marshall Henry.
Mr. Henry, give me 1 second. All right, Mr. Henry, I've got you on CR 2025-5396. This is a felony case, burglary in the 3rd degree and criminal damage. I've also got you on possession of a dangerous drug and possession of paraphernalia and a city court failure to appear for drug paraphernalia charge. State asked.
Wait. A burglary charge?
Yep, burglary in the 3rd degree, sir.
Where? What's that?
Yeah, just a moment, Your Honor.
Judge, are you showing 2 charges? I didn't see a burglary on Mr. Henry.
It's CR 2025-5396.
1 moment, Your Honor.
That's the information on the pretrial report. I don't see it in the initial appearance.
I see two cases, Your Honor. One from March 20th of 2025 and a straightforward drug and paraphernalia possession from yesterday.
Give me 1 second to look.
Okay, Your Honor, on the state asked for the warrant of 2,500 on the 2025 case and is fine with PTR and referrals to steps on the other case. It sounded like the court was indicating there were 1 case. We've got 2 separate.
Lisa, do you know why? I'm trying to find the CR 2025 case number. I don't see it anywhere. Do you know where pretrial got that information from?
For the warrant?
Hold on.
Oh, I see the misdemeanor.
Well, hold on.
Case.
Henry, hold on.
Judge, I'm sending you a copy of the warrant right now.
Okay, thanks.
Sent.
Oh, it's just not, okay. I did. Hold on. All right. All right, so I do see it. So I'm sorry, I'm not sure why I was confusing myself. So, sir, I do have you here on a warrant for a burglary in the 3rd degree as well as criminal damage, a misdemeanor. The warrant issued on December 3rd of last year and listed a $1,500 bond amount. It looks like your case was dismissed and then refiled. A summons was mailed to you and you failed to appear at 2 separate arraignments. You said you weren't aware of the missed court dates and you're eligible for steps. I'm sorry, Neil, you were wanting him held on the new charge and released on the steps case?
That's correct. $2,500 is the warrant amount, as far as I understand, on the 2025 case. And the case with an arrest date of yesterday is a straightforward possession and possession of paraphernalia, hence steps.
All right, I'm finally organizing my brain. Mr. Knauer, my inclination is to hold Mr. Henry on some kind of a bond, just given his prior dealings with the court, and more specifically, his prior revocations and warrants. Do you want to be heard though, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. We are asking for pretrial services release in both matters. This is a situation for Mr. Henry where he was not aware of the summons that were sent to him. And so he didn't have actual notice. And in fact, he's pretty confused about the existence of that. He thought that was dismissed. He thought that was the end of it. But of course, it has come back. So he avows to go to court if he is released on pretrial services in that matter. And because of the nature of the other charges where he would be eligible for steps, we believe it makes the most sense to just simply have him released to pretrial on both matters.
Okay. Mr. Henry, I'll give you another chance. I'm sure it's over the state's strong objection. I'm going to release you to pretrial services on these matters. I'm going to appoint the Pima County legal defender represents you. On the matter in which case, the case that has been dismissed and refiled, you've got an arraignment on January 12th at 1:30 p.m. That'll be in front of me, sir, okay? If you're not there, I'm going to issue another warrant for your arrest, and I'm going to put a note on the file indicating why I want a high bond. Understood?
Yes.
All right. Because we've had this conversation, that's why I'd be asking for a high bond, because we had a conversation where you've vowed that you're going to make it to court on January 12th, right?
Okay. Yes, Your Honor.
All right. No contact with the alleged victims, whoever they may be, on that case, on the CR 2025 case. On the new charge, sir, I will set a steps hearing. Have you heard of the steps program, sir?
Yes. Yes,
All right.
I have.
Are you interested in doing the drug treatment?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So I'll set a steps hearing for January 12th as well. In fact, if I forget to ask you this on the 12th, sir, let me know how that steps screening went, okay? Because the steps screening is at 9 a.m. and your arraignment's going to be at 1:30. So tell me how the steps screening went. Let me know if you got in, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to set a preliminary hearing for the 19th of February. That court is unlikely to go. You can speak to your attorney about that. You're going to be released to pretrial on that matter as well. On the city court case, sir, I'll release you on your promise to appear. You'll have court on February 2nd. I wish I could resolve this case on my own, sir, but I can't. You'll have court on February 2nd at 9:30 a.m. in front of Judge Hale. Tom's writing that down for you, sir. Make sure you keep some record of these court dates so that you don't have another failure to appear on your record,
Yes,
okay?
Your Honor. Okay.
All right, sir, you're excused. Enter plea of not guilty on your behalf on the city court.
Johnson? Evans?
I scoot down for me, please.
Your name, please, sir?
Travis, I love Johnson.
All right, Mr. Johnson, I've got you on a few matters here. I've got you on a felony matter for aggravated domestic violence. I've also got you on some city court matters, sir. The state's asking for a $25,000 bond on the felony matter, sir. My inclination was a $10,000 bond. Tom, do you want to be heard on the felony matter?
Yes, Your Honor. If Your Honor is to impose a bond, we would ask for something significantly lower in light of Mr. Johnson's inability to pay.
So I'm going to hold you on a $10,000 cash and secured bond with orders to have no contact with the alleged victims, not to go to the incident location. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Your court date's going to be January 15th at 1:30 p.m. The court date's unlikely to go, so speak to your attorney about the next couple of weeks. On your city court case, sir,
43.
I've got you on disorderly conduct, DUI, and interference with the judicial order. The city court judge has asked for a $5,000 cash bond. I'm going to honor that request. Set a court date in front of Judge Million for January 14th at 1:30 p.m. I'm going to appoint the city PD to represent you in that matter, sir, and order no contact with the alleged victims. And if you do post bonds, you can't go to the incident locations. All right, sir. On the city court matters, I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf, sir. You're excused.
Thanks.
Your name, please, sir?
My name is Anthony James Swan.
Mr. Juan, this is your initial appearance on some felony charges. I'm seeing you on one charge of aggravated assault, domestic violence, one count of disorderly conduct with a dangerous instrument, actually 3 charges of that, and 1 charge of burglary in the 3rd degree, and 1 charge of criminal damage. Before we go further, know that I've reviewed information from law enforcement as well as pretrial services. The state's asking for a $7,500 bond. Mr. Canower, do you want to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor. We are asking for release to pretrial services based on a few factors. First, Mr. Vaughn has no felony history. Despite the allegations in this case, pretrial services has adjudged him to be a level 1 offender. He has the lowest NCA and FTA scores he can have. There is confirmed housing away from the alleged victims. And in terms of the views of the victims, I noted some potential inconsistencies in what they said about wanting contact and objection to release. But generally speaking, all of them either said that they did want contact or that they didn't object. So in light of all those factors, we would ask for pretrial services release.
And I know that I understand that the victims are present on Teams. Is that correct? So
Yes,
okay. What's your name, ma'am?
Miriam Molina.
What did you want to say, ma'am?
We never wanted him out. We never said, we told them that we wanted him in jail. We did not want him out because he will just come back and do this again. He's not on his medication and he will just come back and do it again.
Okay, I do have that you indicated that you did object to its release. It looks like pretrial has information from Joseph and Adam that they did not want further contact, but they did not object to his release. Are you saying that that's not accurate?
No, that's not accurate. Adam does not want him released. He is terrified.
Your Honor, the state's position is 7,500 concurrent over both cases because not only did he beat family members with a baseball bat, it would appear, threatened to kill them, but then when he was sitting in what sounds like the bullpen at the jail, he decided he wanted to run when the door was cracked and the police, the COs were bringing in somebody new. So that is the textbook definition of a flight risk, and he's also a danger to others, as you just heard. So for that reason, at least 7,500.
Leander, do I have a city court case for him? Got an FDA reference? No? Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, hold on. No, it's my fault. It's my fault. All right. Mr. Juan, I'm going to hold you on a $10,000 cash and secured bond. Order, you can have no contact with the alleged victims. You may not return to the incident location if you post that bond. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Your next court date is January 15th at 1:30 p.m., sir. Talk to your attorney about that court date. It is unlikely to go. On the second charge, the flight charge, sir, I'm going to hold you on a $1,100 cash and secured bond. Set a court date of January 15th at 1:30 p.m. And appoint the public defender's office to represent you, sir. And your excuse, sir.
Wait, little sister, okay?
Yeah, she's okay.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I had to be on mute. The jail is asking if we could do Mr. Delaney's case.
City court, I did, but just on the felony court. I didn't approve it, now it's gone. Hey, Dale.
Yes, sir.
The bond for Corvallis Johnson didn't approve because I hit the wrong button. I know I did a $5,000 cash bond pursuant to Judge Million's orders, but I can't remember what I did on the felony court. Do you have it written down? I thought it was 10, but I don't know anymore.
Corvallis?
Yeah, Corvallis
I
Johnson.
believe you are correct, Your Honor, but we're double checking.
Thanks, Dale. We can look at the FTR too, if you have it written down.
Write it down when he said it. He said it didn't approve when he went on the page. Corvallis Johnson, it was 10 and 5, you total 15.
10 and 5 is what I heard.
10 and 5, Your Honor.
Okay, that's what I thought too. Thank you, everybody. I'm sorry, who did you all want to do right now?
Delaney?
That's fine. All right, sir, your name, please.
Michael Delaney.
All right, Mr. Delaney. Sir, I'm seeing you in one count of fraudulent use of the credit card. This is your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. State's asking for a $3,500 bond. Council, my inclination was a $1,100 bond. Going to be heard, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. We are asking for pretrial services release in this matter in light of the nonviolent nature of the allegation and the lack of any alleged felony conduct by Mr. Delaney since 2003.
Your Honor, the state would note he's a 5 and a 3 out of 6, has a felony history involving property crimes. It appears that he violated probation when he was given a chance, and then ended up doing 2 years in prison for, again, armed robbery. So this individual is still continuing in that manner, time lapse notwithstanding.
Mr. Delaney,
And Ron-
go ahead, Tom.
Yes, Your Honor. I just want to emphasize this was over 20 years ago.
I know, I do. All right, Mr. Delaney, over the state's strong objection, I'm gonna give you a chance on pretrial services, sir. You're gonna have a court date of January 26th at 1:30 PM. No contact with the alleged victim. All right, sir, you're excused.
All right, thank you. Caleb Lewis. We have to part of the same type, please.
Here's Anthony. Your name, please, sir?
Caleb Lewis.
All right, Mr. Lewis, I've got you on 1 count or 3 counts of possession of narcotic drug, 1 count of possession of paraphernalia. State's asking for a $3,500 bond and a step screening. My inclination's $1,100 bond plus a step screening, given the unsuccessful termination of probation just 2 months ago. Do you want to be heard further, though?
Just, Your Honor, to make a pitch for pretrial services as is typically ordered with steps cases.
Understood. Mr. Lewis, I'm going to set a step. Well, have you heard of the steps program, sir?
Yeah. Yes, I have from being in jail before.
Yeah. Are you interested in being screened for that?
Yes.
Right.
And I have a drug problem.
Yeah, I'm going to hold you on a $1,100 cash secured bond. Set a step screening for January 12th at 9 a.m. If you're transported to court on the 12th, please go. That will allow you to be screened for the STEP program. I'm going to set a preliminary hearing for January 15th and appoint the public defender's office if I didn't say so already. All right, sir, you're excused.
Miller.
Your name, please, sir?
Miller.
All right, Mr. Miller, I've got you on 1 count of possession of a narcotic drug, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, or possession of a dangerous drug, sorry. I also have you on a CR 2025-5197 for hindering prosecution, sir. State's asking that I honor the requested bond of $5,000 on the warrant and put a $2,500 bond on you on the new charges.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. The one that says 2,500 should read bond, comma, 2,500.
I assume. Thanks, Neil. Give me 1 second, counsel. All right, over the state's objection, Mr. Canower, my inclination was to release Mr. Miller to pretrial services. Do you want to be heard further?
We agree with that, Your Honor. I'll say further that Mr. Miller has indicated to me that he has an open DCS case and that he wants to be out of custody to participate in that.
Neil, I'll let you make a record if you want to make a stronger objection than I've made it for you.
Your Honor, looking at no, Your Honor.
Thank you both. Mr. Miller, I'm going to release you to pretrial services. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I'm going to set court for you. Your arraignment is going to be, you've got an arraignment on your felony case, your indicted felony case for January 12th at 1:30 p.m. That's in front of me. Okay, sir? I will likely forget that I've released you, but feel free to say hi to me when you come to court on January 12th, okay?
I appreciate it.
If I didn't say so, I've released you to pretrial services, so do whatever monitoring or treatment they recommend. I'm sure it will not impact your DCS case. I'm sure they'll consider that as well. On the new charges, sir, I'm going to release you to pretrial services. Again, appoint the PD's office. On that case, I'm going to set a steps screening. Sir, I don't know if you have a drug problem or not, but steps court allows you to do drug treatment, and in exchange for that treatment, the state will dismiss your charges. Are you interested in that?
That's fine.
Okay. I'm going to set a screening for January 12th as well. So you've got 2 court dates on January 12th, a step screening at 9 a.m. and an arraignment at 1:30 p.m. Okay. It's going to be a busy day in court for you. Preliminary hearing of February 19th at 1:30 p.m. Appoint the PD's office and two charges as well. Sir, I hope to hear that your step screening went well when you come to your arraignment on January 12th. Understood?
Sir.
You're excused.
Sir. Thanks.
Jonathan Moya.
We did Killer Blues. Yes, yeah. He's, oh, you're just wondering? Okay, good. Yeah. Your name, please, sir?
Good morning.
Okay, Mr. Moya. Sir, I've got you on one charge of domestic violence aggravated assault, one charge of domestic violence aggravated criminal damage, one count of misdemeanor shoplifting. I've also have you on a city court case, which is the shoplifting charge. State's asking for a $25,000 bond. My inclination was a $20,000 bond cash secured. Tom, do you want argument?
Your Honor, if Your Honor is going to impose a bond, we would ask for something more in the range of $2,500 in light of Mr. Moya's inability to pay.
Mr. Moya, I am going to do a $20,000 cash and secured bond. No contact with the alleged victims. If you post bond, you may not return to the incident location. You'll have court on January 15th at 1:30 p.m. I'm going to appoint the PD's office to represent you in the felony court matter, sir. On the city court matter, sir, I'm going to set a non-transport review hearing.
Yes.
And appoint the city PD. I'm hoping that the city PD can get rid of your city court charges, sir, given the pending felony case. So you will not be transported to your next city court hearing. That's going to be in front of Judge Klotz on February 13th. Again, you will not go to that hearing. That's just going to be the city PD advocating for the dismissal. Understood?
Understood.
All right, sir. I'll enter plea of not guilty on your behalf on the city court matter. Okay. Yeah. All right, sir. You're excused.
Brittany.
That's your shot.
Your name, please?
Brittany Patton.
All right, Ms. Patton. I'm seeing you on one charge of organized retail theft, one charge of possession of a dangerous drug, one count of possession of a narcotic drug. State's asking for a $2,500 bond.
Like this is somebody in trouble here.
Mr. Canower, that was my inclination before I saw the state's recommendation as well. Let me hear argument from you though, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. We are asking for release to pretrial services. Ms. Patton does not have any felony history. The nature of the charges here, we understand that with the retail theft, that may not make her eligible for steps. But otherwise, this appears to be a situation where there's just a drug issue going on that would normally render her released to pretrial services to do steps. We think these are part and parcel of these offenses. So in light of everything, we would ask for release to pretrial services under all circumstances.
I'll lower the bond to $1,000 cash secured. My concern is no place to live right now. She's homeless.
No, I don't. I just moved yesterday, so I have a whole house. Like that's not true. I gave them my apartment number and everything. I said the two side house. Yes, I have a place to live. I don't know why they didn't. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to blurt out, but I don't know why they didn't.
I see it. I see that. I see that.
Yeah, I have a place to live. I'm not homeless. Please. Please. Please.
Ma'am, I'm gonna hold you on a $1,000 cash secured bond. You'll have court on 1:30 PM. I'm gonna point the PD's office to represent you, ma'am.
Oh, now you know.
You can get out if you post bond, ma'am, but the bond's $1,000.
Cash
Cash
secured.
was 10% of that, so it's $100.
100 plus black.
So I just come up with $100.
You gotta go to a block box.
Is there? There's no way.
Your name, please, ma'am? Hey, Tom, you're still muted. Thank you, Tom. Are you Julia Patton?
Yes.
Mr. Patton, I have you on possession of a narcotic drug, possession of a dangerous drug, possession of paraphernalia, as well as those 4 failure to appears in the city court cases. State's asking for a $3,500 bond.
I could have sworn I paid the fines. I didn't have any, but they should appear.
In city court, you have 4 different cases, all with failure to appears listed.
But do you remember what dates they were?
I do not have the specific dates that you've alleged to fail to appear. But ma'am, here's my inclination. Tom, I was gonna hold Miss Patton on a $1,100 bond on the felony matter and then release her on the city court matter with the hopes the city PD could get all these cases dismissed, given the nature of the charges in those matters and the fact that she's pending a felony case. In the felony matter, I was also inclined to set a steps screening on January 12th if Miss Patton was interested in the steps program.
Yeah.
Miss Patton about that?
Yes, I'm interested. Absolutely.
I don't know if you wanted to speak to Ms. Patton about that, Tom, or just make argument.
So regarding the misdemeanor matters, Your Honor, my inclination had been to ask for release on the felony matters. However, with the misdemeanor matters, if you hypothetically order release on the felonies, were you looking to impose a bond on the misdemeanors?
No,
Or
but
just
if
vice
if
versa?
I release on the felonies, I have to set court dates on the misdemeanors. I can't set a non-transport review hearing on the misdemeanors if I release her on the felonies. I wish I
Well,
could. That's not what Judge Floats has made work with the city court. He can only get the city attorney to dismiss matters if people are pending felony charges, and they're being held in custody.
I see. All right, may I have just a moment then with Ms. Pat? Your Honor, then, in speaking with Ms. Patton, her preference and her request is to be released to pretrial services on the felony matters, and she said she will appear in court on the misdemeanors if court hearings are set. But she is also interested in doing steps.
So I appreciate your wishes, Ms. Patton. I'm gonna go with my initial inclination and hold you on a $1,000 cash or secured bond. I'm gonna set a court date, a steps screening date of January 12th, a preliminary hearing date of February 19th. I'm gonna appoint the legal defendant to represent you on these matters. On the city court matters, I am gonna release you. I'm gonna set a non-transport review hearing for February 13th. Hold on. I need to fix that. Your preliminary hearing date is not the 19th, it is January 15th. But speak to your attorney about the screening as well as that PH date. And the misdemeanor matter, sorry, I'm gonna release you only so that the city PD can advocate for a dismissal of these charges, given the felony case. I can't promise that. It will advocate for you. That will be in front of Judge Floats. You will not be transported for that, ma'am. If they can't get it dismissed, they will talk to you about next steps. All right, ma'am, you're excused. The court show, I'm gonna enter a plea of not guilty on her behalf. Your name, please, sir?
Ishmael Bonds.
All right, Mr. Potts. I'm seeing you on one count of unlawful use of means of transportation and one count of possession of paraphernalia. State's asking for a $3,500 bond. There is no felony probation hold that I'm aware of, but I do recognize that there's allegations that you were on probation at the time. My inclination, counsel, was to honor the bond request of $3,500 cash secured. Mr. Knauer, you want to make argument?
Yes, Your Honor. We would ask for reconsideration of pretrial services release in light of the nonviolent nature of the allegations, as well as Mr. Ponce's nonviolent history. If Your Honor is not inclined to do pretrial, we would ask for a lower bond.
Mr. Ponce, I'm going to do the request bond by the state, $3,500 cash secure, appoint the PD's office to represent you, set a preliminary hearing date of January 15th at 1:30 p.m. and order no contact with the alleged victims in this matter, sir. You're excused.
Thank you. Diane Reed.
Your name, please, ma'am?
Diana Reed.
Ms. Reed, the state's asking for a bond of $3,500, given the allegation that you have a pattern of shoplifting on multiple different dates within the past 6 months. Tom, do you want to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor. We believe that, well, I will say I don't have really the information about the other matters to work from, but in essence, this is a nonviolent property crime. She has no felony history. She's judged to be a level 1 nonviolent offender. She's verified transportation. Under all those circumstances, we would ask for release to pretrial services.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to release you to pretrial services. I don't know what's going on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The state's alleging that you have 5 arrests and or convictions for shoplifting within the past 6 months.
Your Honor, that's not the state's position. Based on the interim complaint, there are 5 incidents where this individual was identified as having shoplifted, presumably by the victim business.
Sorry, Neil, I misspoke. They're not arrests or convictions. It's just 5 incidents, ma'am. Because of the amount of incidents, though, this has moved from a misdemeanor to a felony case. So these are felony charges, ma'am. I will do a preliminary hearing of January 26th at 1:30 p.m. I'm going to appoint the PD's office to represent you. You are released to pretrial services. Do whatever monitoring they direct, ma'am, okay? All right, ma'am, you're excused. Your name, please?
Veronica Reyes.
Ms. Reyes, I'm seeing you on 1 count of unlawful possession of a dangerous drug, 1 count of tampering with physical evidence, and 1 count of unlawful possession of paraphernalia.
And you can find it,
It's asking that you be released to pretrial services, ma'am. That's my inclination as well. I will release you to pretrial services. Monitoring as directed by them. Your next court date is a preliminary hearing. It's unlikely to go. It's going to be set for January 26th at 1:30 p.m. I'm going to appoint the LD's office to represent you, ma'am. Okay?
Okay.
Oh, ma'am, you're excused. Your name, please, sir?
Yover Robles.
All right, Mr. Robles, I'm seeing you on one count of disorderly conduct with a weapon, one count of threats or intimidation. State's asking for a $25,000 bond. My inclination was a $7,500 bond. Does either party wish to be heard?
No, Your Honor.
The defense does, Your Honor. We are asking for pretrial services release for Mr. Robles. I note from the pretrial report that he has confirmed housing and full-time employment. He also has no alleged felony conduct since 1999. And given the length of time there and the relatively low felony levels of these allegations, we're asking for an opportunity on pretrial services.
All right, Mr. Robles, I'm going to hold you on a $7,500 cash secured bond. Order no contact with the alleged victims. If you do post bond, you can't go back to this Walmart. Appoint the PD's office to represent you, sir, and set a preliminary hearing January 15th at 1:30 p.m. Your excuse, sir.
What was the number on that, Your Honor?
75.
Thank you.
Your name, please, sir.
David, so.
All right, Mr. Sotito. I'm seeing you on one count of aggravated domestic violence. Give me 1 second, sir, to pull up the file from pretrial services.
One count aggravated?
That's what I have, sir. One count of aggravated domestic violence.
Okay.
Mesa. I see that pretrial has no holds listed, but I understand there might be a PO hold. For Mr. Saucedo, yes, there is. Okay. So, counsel, you should know that there is a probation hold for Mr. Saucedo. Pretrial didn't notice that, but Pima County Justice Court clerks have informed me there is a PO hold. My inclination was to hold Mr. Saucedo on a $5,000 cash and secured bond with an order to have no contact with the alleged victim. Does either party wish to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor. The state would encourage a much higher bond considering the allegations, considering the seriousness of the allegations in this. I see one moment while I pull up the specifics. Your Honor, it would seem that this person has a very extensive history of domestic violence and would seem he's escalating. The state asks, at least if the court was, the state asked for somewhere in the neighborhood of $20,000 at the very least.
Thank you, Neil. Mr. Knauer?
Your Honor, in light of the hold, the defense will ask for a bond, so he's getting time credit. We would ask that the bond be lower in light of Mr. Saucedo's inability to pay. I also note from the pretrial services workup that he is a lifelong resident of Tucson and he is employed full time. Notwithstanding, even a bond of $5,000 is outside of his means.
Mr. Saucedo, the state's convinced me. I'm going to increase the bond to $10,000 cash secured, no contact with the alleged victim. You do have a probation hold. If you post bond, you'll still remain in the jail until probation determines that you should be released. I don't know if this is a misdemeanor probation hold or a felony probation hold. Regardless, you will need a court to kind of grant you release on that probation matter, sir. Your next court date for the felony, sir, is January 15th. That court is unlikely to go. I'm going to appoint the PD's office to represent you, sir.
Okay, and my probation is a misdemeanor.
Okay. So they put a hold on you, sir. So you can't be released from the jail until your probation officer okays it or a court overrides your probation officer.
Okay, so January 15th, I'll be able to discuss my case.
Probably not, sir. Talk about your felony case with your attorney as soon as you can. I would give them a call on Wednesday to speak further.
Okay, would I still have the same attorney for the rest of my cases?
So on the misdemeanor case, I'm sure it will be a different attorney than the felony case.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Smith?
Hello.
Your name, please, sir?
Seth Dwayne Smith.
All right, Mr. Smith. I'm seeing you on one count of criminal damage, one count of burglary in the second degree. State's asking for a $25,000 bond.
I can't even afford $5.
Your Honor, given the sensitivity of the location of the alleged offense, the state's going to submit on the written documents other than to note the history that the state did notice.
Mr. Knauer, the Florida Police Department is also requesting a bond of $20,000. Given what they've said, I'll read this to both parties. The Florida Police Department recommends a $20,000 bond for the crime of burglary in the second degree and $1,000 for the crime of criminal damage. It is recommended as this is a residential structure for missionaries and it is a schoolyard for children in the immediate vicinity property where the crime occurred. I mean, my inclination is to hold Mr. Smith on a bond. Mr. Knauer, do you want to be heard though on what that bond would be?
Well, Your Honor, we are nonetheless asking for pretrial services release in light of Mr. Smith's lack of felony history, his level 1, basically pretrial services judging him to be a level 1 nonviolent offender. He has the lowest NCA and FTA scores he can have. He also has confirmed housing away from the incident location, as far as I see. So, understanding where Your Honor is leaning, we are asking for pretrial.
All right. I'm going to hold you, Mr. Smith, on a $10,000 cash secured bond. Your next court date's going to be January 15th at 1:30 p.m. I'm going to appoint the Pima County PD's office to represent you, sir. Your excuse, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Yelling?
Your name, please, ma'am.
Danielle Yelling.
Mr. Yelling, I've got you on one count of possession of a dangerous drug, one count of possession of drug paraphernalia. The state's asking for a bond. They are not asking to hold you without being able to post a bond, which they arguably could request. My inclination was to hold you on a $1,100 bond. Tom, do you want to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor, and acknowledging that the state could ask for no bond here, we are nonetheless asking for pretrial services release in light of the nature of the allegations. We believe that the issue that Ms. Yaling may be having with drugs would be best addressed not in custody, but out of custody. And we understand that she was previously released and she has been arrested, but you know, in order to actually get any treatment that is needed, it would have to happen out of custody. So we are asking her to be able to get that opportunity.
I certainly hear your attorney's argument, ma'am. I'm going to hold you though on a $1,100 cash secured bond, set court date of January 15th at 1:30 p.m. and appoint the public defender's office to represent you, ma'am. You're excused. Your name, please, sir.
Carlos Zarate.
All right, Mr. Zarate, I have you on one count of possession of a weapon by a private possessor. State's asking for a $25,000 bond. Mr. Knauer, my inclination was a $10,000 bond, but let's hear your argument, please.
Yes, Your Honor. We are asking for pretrial services release from Mr. Zarate. He has relatively low NCA and FTA scores. He has no alleged felony conduct since 2016. And I do note that he previously completed probation in his 2009 felony matter. In fact, it looks like he completed it early. So I think that shows an ability for Mr. Zarate to abide by court orders. And so we would ask for pretrial services release. In the alternative, if Your Honor orders bond, we'd ask it for it to be significantly less.
Your Honor, this person was caught with a weapon and has more than 2 felony convictions, it would appear, therefore obviating any automatic restoration of rights due to any time lapse. What I see here is his 2009 charge was a drive-by shooting, and his 2016 charge was an ag DUI, no interlock. In both cases, well, in the first one, there was a $25,000 bond, but it was still a drive-by, and he was held no bond. He received prison on his subsequent case, and therefore, given the fact that we're looking at a prohibited possessor, somebody who has been convicted of a drive-by possessing a weapon, this person is a danger of flight as well as a danger to the community.
And I'll only know, Your Honor, that the drive-by shooting occurred back in 2009.
Thank you both. Mr. Zarate, I'm going to hold you on a $10,000 cash secured bond. Your next court date is January 15th at 1:30 p.m. Legal defender will represent you in this matter, sir.
Thank you.
Your excuse, sir. Thank you.
They'll be able to see this week.
Thank you all.
Good day, Your Honor.
Thank you, Neil. Bye, Tom.
Bye, thank you.
I guess she was not because there was an allegation that she was on release. She committed an offense. So they didn't mention that she was sex eligible. Did I say she was sex eligible and she wasn't? Oh, then just take her off. Yeah. That must have been my mistake. Holy smokes.